Hello, Mrs. Simmons here again. Today I'm going to be talking about Sway, a presentation tool that not a lot of students have used before, but it's pretty neat. So, the first thing you need to understand is that you access Sway through Microsoft products, but not through apps. So, I'm not able to go down here and type Sway, okay? It's not going to show up that way. So, don't do it that way. Instead, either go to the Rapid Identity portal and scroll down until you find Office 365. I just went past it. So Microsoft O365, you can click there, or you can always just go to office.com and it should log you in with your USD 259 account. So once you're logged in, on the left-hand side, you see all of these options, right? I want you to find the one that says Sway. Now, if for some reason it doesn't show up here, you can click on this all apps option. It's the bottom option on the left, and it will bring up all of the apps that are available to you as a student. So I now can see all of these. And if I just scroll down a little bit, I'm going to see Sway. So go ahead and click on Sway. It's going to bring up this dashboard here where you can see things that I have worked on and created in times past. And then also that I can do a blank Sway. I can start from a document. So technically, if you created a Word document that had information, you could upload that and it would try and make it look like a sway. I also have templates that you can pull from. So there's a blog, a DIY project, a newsletter, and then if you click more templates, you'll see even more options. So a portfolio or a presentation, and you can just kind of scroll through and see what you find, right, that you might be interested in. Or you can create a blank sway. So first, let's just take a look at a template, and then I'll show you some of the stuff that you can do with a blank one. So I'll go ahead and do just a student report. Why not? Let's go ahead and do that one. So I click on it and it loads this up. It lets me kind of look through the structures to it. Quick note that I can change the pictures, so that's not a problem. And if I like it, then I just click start editing this way. If I don't like it, well, I can just close it. I don't have to do anything with it, okay? So I can just close. And maybe I find something else I might want to use. So maybe an announcement or a blog or portfolio, resume, whatever. Doesn't really matter. You'll notice that it looks visually pretty stunning early on. So as I scroll down, it clearly fills the screen. It looks really good. You can add images. You can have these little explanations of the images. It's really, really nice. Okay. So this is a pretty cool thing that you could use and then just edit as needed. Okay. So pretty neat tool here. Now, what if I want to just do a blank one? That's fine as well. So you can just click blank sway and it's going to bring this up. Now, notice that there's not a lot happening. If I scroll down, there's literally nothing to scroll down to. So it literally has nothing, okay? First, I would probably need to title it. So maybe I'm doing a presentation over sonnets. I can't help it. I'm an English teacher, okay? So I title it. Great, wonderful. Over here, you'll notice there's storyline and then there's design. So storyline is the information that I add. The design is what it's actually going to look like. So maybe you want to do design first, okay? So you notice this is pretty boring. It's just black background, white font, nothing really happening here. Over on the right-hand side, you'll see styles. So if you click on that, it comes up with all kinds of options for you. You can have the vertical structure where it scrolls vertically. You can do horizontal and you can do slides, which is better for a presentation if that's what you're interested in doing. Okay. I can customize it. If I scroll down, notice I have all kinds of options here that are colors, different fonts, different backgrounds. So you really can find a few options. Not quite as much as maybe some others, but definitely options here. So maybe just generally you kind of like these design backgrounds. You can click here and it will add more. So more will load in that you can take a look at, kind of based on your style. Maybe you just really like solid colors. You can just scroll over and see what else shows up here. Maybe you like really cutesy things. You can move over and see what other colors are available. So you have lots of options, all right? I love nature and I love burgundy, so I'm going to choose this one here, okay? You also can click remix, and that's going to create something new for you. Okay, so notice it changed the background or just remix, and I don't really like that. Okay, and then I do this one. Well, I can always click undo. It just prompted that for me, this tap to undo. So I can always click that. If you see those arrows, you know they mean undo or redo. Let's say I stick with this one. Okay, sure, why not? I can just click the little X here, and now it's there. Okay, so I have my title. But I know I need to add more material, right? Because if I click play, which is our preview, this is literally all I have. That's not good enough, right? That's not good enough at all. So I just click back to edit, and now I can add information. How do I add information? Well, I'm currently on design, but I actually need to go to storyline now. And once I do that, notice the background disappears. And now I just have my title. I can click details and I could kind of change a few things there, but I want this to be a heading. So I keep it there. I also could add in a background of some kind if I wanted to. Notice that it will search for me. So I can search sources here. I can search the title of this. So sonnets, I can search by nature. I can upload a picture, whatever. All right. It has suggested things as well that you could pull from. So maybe I just search sonnets and I see what kind of images come up. Oh, okay. These are kind of neat. Maybe I want to do something like this. Okay. And I'm going to add it in there. All right, that's pretty cool. Now, if you're not sure what this is actually going to look like, that's okay. You can click design here and it will show you kind of what it's looking like. You also can click play. So notice also that it prompted view your sway the way others will see it. So if you click play, it's going to show you what it actually looks like. Okay, and then you can just click edit again to go back to changing things. I also can click this focus points on the right-hand side of that box, and I can really kind of hit what I want. So maybe I don't want the entire image, okay? Maybe I do, but I'd really prefer that it look a little different. So notice that it's going to pick the best layout depending on the device and style. So, what's really neat about Sway is if you shared this, this is how it will look on your phone. And that's very helpful. And this is how it will look when it's on a computer. So, it's really nice the way that it shows you what's going on within this. And you can really, really see what it's going to look like on whichever device you might use. I'm going to go ahead and X this out really quickly. So now I want to add information. Notice that there's this little plus sign. So if I click there, I have all kinds of options to pull from. There are suggested things. So I could do another heading, which is what the sonnets is. I could do text where I want to start adding some information. An image, I could do a stack, which basically means it's a stack group and it has lots of things in one spot. I can upload an image or a PowerPoint or a Word document or something like that. I also can add audio, I can embed things, lots of cool, neat things there. Let's say I have a video I want to include, I can embed that video. I can also group things. So I can do automatic groupings, I can do a grid, I can do a comparison, the slideshow. I mean, there's just so many options. So let's just say I do text, okay? And now I want to just add some details. And sonnets are a very old way of writing poems. Okay, there we go. That's what I have for right now. Now, I want to just point out a few options that you have within this. Okay. I can click card selection and then I can do different things with that as well. I can make this heading. So notice it's really big again. I also can make it a little smaller. Okay. Oop, I didn't mean to click that. Um, I can delete it if I needed to. Okay. So maybe that was something I didn't really like and I can just delete it. So then I can add again, I can do text. Sonnets are old. Now I also can emphasize this. So if I click this and I click emphasize, notice it bolded it. So you don't click bold and sway, which is a little goofy, but just keep in mind emphasize means bold. If I select it and I click accent, it's now going to italicize. I can both italicize and bold text, which is kind of nice. Okay. So just something I wanted to point out there. I also can add bullets. So if I wanted to present something in that way, I can do it. Instead of bullets, I can do numbers. That's always an option. I also can link to different websites if I wanted to. So if I wanted to expand somebody's thinking in some way, I could add that link right here. I also can click over here. Notice that it says set, if I hover over it, It says set the emphasis on this card to moderate. And then this one here, if I click there really quickly and I hover over this one, it says click it to, or put the emphasis as subtle. So it's either big and brash and right in your face or a little less big, okay? So I want to show you just really quickly what that looks like. So I would just click play. I see sonnets. I'm going to scroll down, and now I see a piece of information here. Obviously, I need to add a lot more, but I have some information already. If you get down to this section here where it says made with Microsoft Sway, it's really short. Okay, you've made it all the way to the bottom and there's not much else there. But as you add things in, it does create this kind of neat table of contents where you can go through and see what's going on and you can navigate through that, which is helpful. So again, I'm going to click edit, and now maybe I want to add something else. Okay, I want to add, let's see here, comparison. So notice now I can either add an image here or add an image there. Okay, I can upload or search. If I click here, I can group the type. So I can actually figure out how I want this to look. Do I want it to be a grid? Do I want it to be a stack, a slideshow? Comparison where you can drag, which is pretty darn cool. So you have a lot of really, really neat options. I do want to just point out that this green box always means you're on a particular section. And then you can delete that section if you want to. You can keep adding things to it. It's very neat the way these things work. Okay. So maybe I just want to add an image now of some kind. And I'm going to add this in. Okay. So I want to tie in with Sonnets Are Old. They are also very structured. Okay, so now I have a little bit more in there that can explain something. So if I hit play, I have the title, I have that they're old, I have this picture here. They're also very structured. My notes here, if I click on that as a viewer, I can see it a little more clearly. It's just a very cool way to present information. Okay. Now, let's say you have finished with your sway and you want to share it with your teacher. It's very simple. You've got this share option right here. So you just click that. You can say those in your organization with the link can view, anyone with the link, or specific people or groups. So you can share it with just your teacher, which is nice. And you can just type this here and invite them. You can say anybody in USD 259 with the link can access it. And I highly encourage you to keep it to just view. Do not click edit. You don't want other people editing your document. You just want view. And then you can copy this link and send it to your teacher. You also can get a visual link, which was kind of neat. It basically just shows you a little bit of background here, which is kind of neat if you wanted to do that. Um, and if you click more options, you can require a password if you want. I don't recommend that. It's not a great idea, but it's an option there for you. Okay. So that is Sway. I do want to say that you can always duplicate a Sway. You can save a template. You could print them, but I don't recommend because, ooh, lots of ink. You can modify some of the settings. I have a feeling you probably won't do much there. Okay. Now, if you want to go back to your dashboard for your Sway, just click right here where it says Sway, and it's going to take you right back to your dashboard. So now I can see all the stuff I've worked on before, and I can see what they actually look like. Okay. Oops. I can start from a document again, start from a topic, or just create something blank. So I just want to show you one that is kind of neat that I did in the past. And this was actually built out of a Word document. So this was something that I had created as a model for students as a project. And I uploaded it to Sway to see what it looked like. So here, as you scroll down, it doesn't look like a whole lot, right? There's not much happening. But if I click play, looks totally different now, right? What a neat way to present my information. So as I scroll down, you can see things pop up. You can see the writing that I have done. I can go through and show some of the things I identified in that poem, some of my research that went to it, and then my essay, which is really, really cool. So it just takes something that is sometimes kind of boring, like just a Word document or a Word project, and you can upload that here, and suddenly it's made into something that looks really, really nice. And that's pretty phenomenal. So Sway is a neat presentation tool. Check it out. If you have questions, reach out to your teacher, or you can always email me at rsimmons1@usd259.net. Good luck creating.